Hallöchen everybody, it's me again. Long time no see, but no problem. We start right away from our new and beautiful studio at Aerosoft headquarters, because I'm on for a week here, so I'm doing some nice videos in our nice studio. And today I have these two beauties for you guys here. This is the Thrustmaster TCA Officer Pack, which is basically a side stick and of course a thrust unit. You guys are maybe also familiar with either one product itself, which is the Thrustmaster side stick, or the thrust lever here. And we have also another package, which is the Thrustmaster Captain's Pack, which included here on the left and right side a spoiler lever and throttle lever. Yeah, but we're going to talk today about those two beauties here, and I will give you a kind of recommendation or a guide what to expect from those two devices in this TCA Officers Pack. So let's go. All right, so let's start with the side stick or joystick, maybe with other people who are not familiar in the flight sim industry. Basically, side stick it's called because it's an Airbus product, so that means it's a side stick which is on the left for the captain and on the right-hand side for the first officer. The cool feature of this thing is, beside of course thousands of buttons, you can click all of them, you basically know that. You can mount them for your needs. That means you can have, or you can swap those two on the top buttons here from left to right. So you will have the red button, which is the autopilot disconnect button, either on your left thumb or on your right thumb. Depends if you are flying as a captain or as a first officer. So you can switch them, and so you can use the setup as I have like this, or you can turn it around and you will have it like this, right? So then you can use it like it is now. It is for a captain for the left hand or for the left seat configured. That means the push button is on the right side for the left thumb, right? So it's a normal joystick. If you use it without the thrust lever, you can even use it here with a little axis, or make, for example, what I personally do here, to use this axis as a tiller axis. So if you are on ground, so you can steer then your nose wheel, because the tiller in the real Airbus is really close to the side stick, so this could be used for this, for example. Beside of that, you have here this not fire button, that's the push to talk button, a coolie head, and then thousands of other buttons you can use for whatever you would like to desire. One little thing, and then we switch to the thrust lever, is you have even there a Z axis, so you can move this joystick to the left to the right. So even this, you have the side rudder behind you in full control during flights. So if you don't have pedals, for example, rudder pedals, then it's this perfect, because then you can fly with this around, right? So this is the side stick. And talking about thrust lever, we have here the Thrustmaster Airbus thrust lever. I like it. It's one of my favorite thrust levers, because most of the thrust levers from different companies, even from Thrustmaster itself, are very, let's say, small, because I have a big hand. So maybe that's the reason why I like them, but they're really big. They're not full size like the real Airbus, but they're really close to them. And they're very big. They are two different or independent axes, so you can use them left and right, engine-wise, and you can hear it. You have the famous detent zones with the clicky sound. That means you have idle, climb phase, takeoff derate phase, and toga. I think those are the 3 or 4 detents you have. And then you have, of course, reverse. Reverse is locked, so you need to switch or pull those two switches here, and then you can go into reverse mode. So then you can brake even better. So that's a cool feature. I like them very much. If you don't like, for example, how that feels, or you would like to have it more strong or stiff or different detents than those they are here, you have the possibility here on the bottom with 4 screws. It's fixed. There are kind of, let's say, profiles where the thrust levers go over the profiles, and then you have different detents for different aircraft for different strengths, so you can exchange them if you don't like them or would like to mod them yourself. I know there's a big 3D printing community outside there. They're even offering their models. You can download 3D print, and then you have a different complete feeling of those thrust levers. Talking about the thrust levers, you have two things. It's on the left and right. You have two buttons. These are the red buttons. They are for the auto thrust disconnect buttons. So basically for manual thrust, you click them and then you can fly with manual thrust. So the automatic system goes off. And you have two switches here, which are the engine master switches, as they are called on Airbus sites. That means basically you turn on the engines during engine startup, and after your flight, once you're on block again, you turn them off here again, right? And for engine startup, as we're talking, you need to set up the engines into kind of, or the aircraft into kind of, pre-startup phase. That means you switch with the engine mode selector, go onto the right into start ignition. And then basically you start with engine 2 or 1, depends on airlines, but most of the time it's 2, so you start 2. Once the engine is running, you start the engine number 1, and once everything is finished, the after start procedure is then to go back on normal mode. And even on crank mode, you can here go. This is kind of for non-normal operations in terms of you need to restart engines or whatever, or to clean up the crank is for clean up the engines. If I'm not correct, please correct me down in the comments below. And then you have two other buttons here you can pre-select as you desire, right? So that's it. And the cool thing is, last but not least, if you buy this setup and get another thrust lever, then you can connect them. And for example, here you have a switch down below where you can go engine 1 and 2 or engine 3 and 4. That means if you have two of these next to each other, then you can fly, for example, fly-by-wires A380 or the Latin VFR, is it Latin VFR, A340 for example, or other aircraft which are 4 engines. If you don't mind, if you can fly a Boeing 747. But I never said that, right? So you can then expand it up to 4 engines. That's no problem, and it goes flawlessly. So that's the Airbus Thrustmaster Officer Pack. If you ask me, because this is the kind of series where I kind of recommend those stuff, I would say yes, I can highly recommend that. It's a very good and solid hardware, and I like it because the size. It feels not small, it doesn't feel like a toy, it feels more like a sturdy, let's say good piece of hardware. So I can highly recommend. I think my rating was from 1 to 10. I would give this a kind of 9 or 9.5 even. And the reason is basically because it is perfectly for people who are starting with flight simulation, because you can control all the axes with the Z-axis included, even the thrust. And it's also very, very useful and cool if you are an experienced flight simulator and would like to have a specific, let's say, Airbus device, because Thrustmaster, we all know, have also a Boeing product line. We will talk about that in a further video. So that's the option you can have. So oops, I totally forgot. We have for this TCA Officers package right now a sale on Aerosoft.com, link down below by the way to the shop site, where you can save 22% on this here, which is a regular price of 179.99 euros, German VAT of course included. And we have right now the sale with 139.99 euros. So that means 40 euros off, which is 22%. So you can grab, link down below, your copy of these and start flying your Airbus. That's the reason why a 9.5 from 10. So if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. And if you have some words to say or some things I did not mention, just let me know down in the comments below. So thank you for watching. I see you in the next one. Bye bye, over and out.